only to realize it really wasn't a bad day, good people. It was your perspective, right? See, listen, your perspective, right? How you see the day is always shaped by your perception, how you see yourself. Yes, sir. What it do, good people? Welcome back to the 21-day live hatch challenge. Look, yes, sir. We hatching all month long, like I told you, good people. I'm your host, FL, your life coach, right? And if you just joining us, day 12, welcome to the community. Get comfortable. Hey, hang around for about 15, 20 minutes because we about to hatch today. And if you've been showing up every day, kudos, man. You know, we've been hatching, talking about identity, talking about decision making, talking about tending to our garden. Yeah, we've been talking about it. Yesterday, we talked about what's stopping you, right? From tapping into you. Today, are you seeing your opportunity? Yeah, good people, day 12, man. We about to get into it. Listen. Think about this. I'm finna frame the day for you, right? You hit snooze. You wake up late. Now you rushing, right? Trying to make up for lost time, right? The phone rings with some disappointing news, right? You rush out the door. You catch a flat tire. Damn, I got a flat now. More delay, right? You tell yourself, I'm having a bad day. No, you're not, good people. Listen, it's not a bad day. I want you to catch this. It's not a bad day. Your perspective of the day, which is shaped by your perception, is off. Your perception is how you see yourself in the day. Inside, perception. Perspective is how you see the day, right? So it's not a bad day. I always tell my one-on-one community, there's no such thing as a bad day. It's how you're shaping it, right? And how you shape that day is all about how you're shaping yourself, how you see yourself. Because how you see yourself is basically how you see the day. Man, we about to talk about it. Look, day 12 of the 21-day live hatch challenge, baby. Like I said, are you seeing your opportunity? So I wrote down this, it's not what happens to you, but how you perceive it. What is your perspective of it, right? And that's shaped by your perception. So listen, we've all experienced days like I just described, right? Where you kind of wake up late, hit the snooze button, and we've all done that, right? The day isn't bad. I want to keep harping on that. The day isn't bad. It's the interpretation of the day. I wrote down the day is what you and I make of it. That's all it is. You just got to recenter yourself when things get off centered, when things happen that you don't really plan for. You just have to adjust. The day is not bad. I tell people all the time, I don't have bad days no more. I haven't had bad days in decades, in over 10, 15 years. You know why? Perspective, good people. Listen to me. That doesn't mean life is not lifing. That doesn't mean I don't have challenges and problems. No, a bad day, a bad 24 hours. Think about that. A whole 24 hours is bad. Now, good people, that's your perspective. Yeah. So listen. I wrote this down. So you can hear this clearly. Problems and opposition are not your enemy. That's called life, good people. That's information. That's data. It's giving you feedback. I'm gonna say that again. Problems and opposition are not your enemy. That's called life. That's giving you data, feedback, right? Watch this. Opposition exposes perspective. Opposition exposes perspective, right? When the rubber meets the road and things get kind of rough or rocky, that exposes how you see the situation. Pressure reveals perception, right? Pressure either bust pipes, right? We heard the saying, or create diamonds. Internal pressure reveals perception. What you think about yourself. Because what you think about yourself is affecting how you see the situation. Opportunity. Now, this is the part that's good. Opportunity hides, right, inside disruption, inside problems, inside challenges. But if your perspective, how you see that is all, man, I'm getting ahead of myself. Listen, problems and opposition are nothing more than opportunity. Say that with me. Problems and opposition are nothing more than opportunity. Say that one more time. How's that feel when you say that? What comes up when you say that? Problems and opposition are nothing more than opportunity. Listen, every interruption, I wrote this down. Every interruption is a signal. Every delay is data point. It's just information, right? A delay is just information telling you what needs to change in order for you to receive what you're trying to go get. Listen, every problem contains a solution. I'm going to say that again. Every problem contains a solution. Your promotion, your next level is in the problem. It's in the challenge. It's in the obstacle. That's where you're going to get promoted at. Listen, David didn't run away from the problem. He ran to the giant. And then once he ran to the problem, right, he got promoted into his. Listen, I'm getting ahead of myself. Look, I'm going to tie this in for you. Neuroscience in the scripture and my hatch book, baby. We hatch it. So listen, I wrote this down. The problem isn't waking up late, a flat tire. The problem isn't getting a late start, right? The problem isn't them, right? External. The problem isn't what happened to you. The problem is the story that you attach what happened to you. The problem is the story that you keep telling yourself over and over, that you keep emotionally attaching to what happened. That's the problem. Perspective is shaped by perception, how you see yourself within the man. Look, perception determines your power. Interpretation shapes emotion and behavior. Perspective, interpretation is going to always shape how you feel about the situation and how you react or respond to the situation, right? Meaning controls momentum. I'm setting all this up. Stay with me. Meaning, what you assign as meaningful controls how much energy input you put into it. So if you always see problems as threats, you're not going to put a lot of energy into it because you don't see it properly. You don't see a problem or a challenge in its proper perspective because you don't see yourself properly. Perception. Man, look, I wrote this down. If you change your perception, how you see yourself, you change how you see the moment. Oh, we. If you change your perception, how you see yourself, you change how you see the moment, the perspective, right? Your perception always shapes your perspective. So listen, man, now we about to get into it, good people. Now we about to read the book, day 12 right now. I just had to set it up. You know, I got to set it up. I'm in my lane. I'm in my energy right now, right? I'm in my teacher energy, baby. This is what I do. So day 12, if you got your book, I always pin the PDF in the comments. So follow along. So yeah, we on day 12. Can you see your opportunity, good people? Read along silently with me as I read out loud. Let's get this thing, baby. Listen, your alarm goes off. You hit the snooze button only to awaken 1 hour past the time you were supposed to get up. Now you're in a frenzy. You're in a frenzy. You see what I'm saying? Fight or flight is activated. You are rushing to try and get things done at a rapid speed. Urgency trauma. Just when you think you're gaining ground on the time you lost, the phone rings. Now you pick up the phone. It's some disappointing news. You already woke up late. Now you got this. You ain't even regulated yourself yet. You rush out the door only to find you have a flat tire. You say to yourself, I am having a bad day. This day is terrible. We all have experienced this at some time or another in our own life. But the truth is, that's not a bad day, good people, but how you perceived the day to be. Your day is what you make of it. Problems and opposition are nothing more than opportunity. Problem and opposition are nothing more than opportunity. Seize your moment. Your promotion is in the problem. Yeah. Your promotion is in the problem. So let me touch on that real quick. Listen, I wrote down the three things I really want to drive home. It's not a bad day. How you perceive it, and your day is what you make of it. Like I said, perception affects perspective. Perception, how you see yourself within that moment, is going to always affect how you see the moment. See, listen, you are not powerless. You are not behind. You are not unlucky. Like oh, I'm just unlucky, or I feel like you're not behind. It's just that your perspective is off because your perception is not right. Listen, problems are neutral, right? Perception gives them weight. Perception, how you see yourself within that problem, is going to give it weight. Make it a threat. Follow me on this. It's going to make it a threat, or it's going to make it an opportunity, because depending on how you see it, and that all is shaped depending on how you see yourself. So listen, opportunity is present now. No opportunity wasted. That's an acronym for now that I created years ago. No opportunity wasted. Your opportunity is now, good people. So I'm going to tie this into the scripture, because I told you Daniel 2 is part of the meditation, and then we about to get up out of here. Is that all right? So listen, I wrote down this. Daniel 2, 12 through 18. Go read it yourself. If you haven't read that story, think about this. It's a story about King Nebuchadnezzar, right? He woke up. He had a dream, right? Right? I wrote this down. He had a disturbing dream, right? Disturbing, because the mind doesn't know the difference between what's real and what's imaginative, what you imagining in your mind. So think about that. Nebuchadnezzar woke up with this disturbing dream, right? I wrote down his emotional state is intense and reactive, right? Fight or flight, fight or flight. Whoo, 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 whoo. His amygdala is activated. His amygdala, that's the part of the brain that I always talk about. Threat, danger, the subconscious loops, right? Fear, that's activated. When your prefrontal cortex is not online or it's blinking, right? Then that gets louder. The only way to quiet your amygdala, that part of the brain, is the CEO of the brain, the prefrontal cortex activates, and then it turns down that volume. You can never completely shut it off, but it turns it down. But Nebuchadnezzar has a disturbing dream. Your brain doesn't know the difference between reality and what you just think about or imagine. So now he's frantic. Urgency. He wakes up disturbed. All that urgency trauma, all that energy I wrote down, that fear, that threat, that urgency dominates the atmosphere. Think about that. I want you to put yourself in the text. Like I tell you, you got to take off your religious goggles. I studied the text for over 20 years. You hear me talk about that. Man, Hebrew, Greek, hermeneutics, all that. Listen, you got to take off your damn religious goggles so you can see the text right. It's frantic. It's dysregulation. Now the wise men are frantic. They're dysregulated. They can't interpret the dream. I wrote down this. Nebuchadnezzar is operating from a dysregulated nervous system. High threat, right? High threat, right? That's the part of the brain that I keep talking about, right? Right? If your prefrontal cortex is not activated, that's going to be louder. That part of your brain, the amygdala is going to be very loud when the prefrontal cortex is not activated. So, high threat, right? When that amygdala is louder than your prefrontal cortex, it reduces clarity. I said this in my other video. It narrows your thinking. The wise men mirror that dysregulation. Fear, here it is. Fear blocks insight. But watch my man Daniel, though, good people. Daniel, cool, calm, and collected, right? Daniel, why? I wrote down, Daniel don't panic. Daniel pauses. He prays. Daniel's regulated. His nervous system is regulated. Watch this. From a regulated nervous system, now the prefrontal cortex is activated, right? The part of your brain that's always, the part that I always talked about, the threat, the subconscious part, that's turned down now. The amygdala, your amygdala is turned down now. The threat, the fear, the right there. Oh, fight or flight, danger. That's turned down now because the prefrontal cortex is activated. Regulation restores revelation. A calm nervous system understands and sees patterns. Grounded mind perceive opportunity and not threat. Watch this. Daniel didn't have this. The soul truth I'm gonna tie in for you. Daniel didn't have any more information than the wise man and the king. But you know what he had? A regulated nervous system. A regulated nervous system. He saw the problem as opportunity instead of threat because his nervous system, perception, how he saw himself within that environment. Ah, man, y'all missed that. So listen, man, we about to get up out of here, man. You just got to go back and read Daniel 2 for yourself, right? You just got to go back and read it for yourself. Today, listen, I want you to, for the meditative part, and then we out of here. I want you to take the time, right, to look at the things that you think, right, are a problem, right? I want you to take that time. So today, take the time to look at all the things you think are problems and oppositions in your life. Then write down solutions to what you perceive to be your problems. Seize your moment of opportunity, good people, today. To help you get started, first read Daniel 2, 12 through 18. I just gave you the backdrop. So listen, before we get up out of here, I'm going to leave you with this. Listen, identify one current problem. Remove the emotional attachment or label with it. Like I said earlier, it's not what happened to you or the problem or opposition that's keeping you stuck. It's how you're perceiving it. The story you're telling yourself, the attachment to it. So listen, remove the emotional label or attachment to it, and then ask yourself, what opportunity might exist here? And then ask yourself, what solution wants to emerge? Don't rush. Don't fix yourself. You're not broken. Just observe, good people. Sit with it. Let awareness do the work. You hear me say this all the time. I wrote it down again. Let awareness do its job. Awareness is the work. That's it. Awareness is the work. No judgment, just information and data. You ain't broken, so you don't need to be fixed, right? Stop trying to fix yourself. You ain't broken, right? We are hatching, right? We are transforming. We're not changing DNA. We just changing forms, good people, and setting our soul free so your soul can speak, so you can tell your soul truth. That's what this is all about. Listen, this is the last, next to the last soul truth. Listen, your soul knows what your mind and body has to catch up to. So let it speak. Soul truth, baby. And listen, that's day 12, good people. That's day 12 of the 21-day live hacks challenge. So listen, join me tomorrow, 9 a.m. Central, for day 13 as we keep hatching. The pin to the PDF for this book will be in the comment. I'm going to pin it in the comment. I'm gifting my book to you. And I told you, we hatching every day this month for the next 21 days. So tomorrow, join me, 9 a.m. And if you need to go deeper, if you need to clean up that perspective, right, and you need to change your perception, right, click that link in my bio. Grab that Use It or Lose It 6-part audio series plus workbook, right, to help you honor your gift and start tapping into you so you can see yourself right, so you can see everything else right. Listen, and if you need to go deeper, email me, flthelifecoach@gmail.com. That's FLTHA lifecoach@gmail.com for your one-on-one soul truth power session. I help you get into the operating system, right? The things that's blocking you, right? Uproot those, plant new ones, and give you real tools to calm your nervous system down in real time. So you can start seeing yourself, perception. So you can start seeing yourself right in any situation. So listen, final soul truth as we get up out of here. Your problem isn't blocking you or stopping you. It's calling you forward. Your promotion is in the problem. So listen, good people, that's it. That's day 12. Join me next time tomorrow, like I said, day 13, as we keep hatching. And y'all already know what to do, good people. Let's keep hatching and growing together. FL, your life coach, the life coach, always spreading that peace and love twice on Sunday. Go out, attract the life of your dreams, good people. You already know what to do. Join me tomorrow, 9 a.m. Let's keep hatching. There to be you, baby. Have a great Thursday.